So, good night, good evening. We have a few more games to go. This is the path we've traveled, and this is the distance we have to go. With 16 years to go, I am assuming to start 3 games, and then the 4th game will be on the seal. My plan is that the first game is going to be here. Then I will take range, and range is going to show me these 5 question marks. So that might mean I've got an opportunity to pick any of the world events if they are around here, and just grab them without settling there. If it's that kind of world event, that would be nice. And I'm hoping that one of these 2 is going to be a negative map modifier, but not so negative that I don't want to play it. Just a moderately negative one, because then I can settle on each one of these 2 spots. I can take range, and then I can come here with my 3rd game, and then I'm in range to make the 4th game at the seal. So that means range, game. I'm not going to get any more reserve embarkation points. Now that does depend on one of these 2 at least being a negative map modifier. If that is not the case, I do have 1 backup chance, and that is I take range, I settle here without that being whatever, ignoring it. I can play a game and I settle next to this one, and then this one has to be a negative map modifier, and I can choose range to go to the seal. So one of these 3 then has to be a map modifier. If this one is a modifier, I suppose I still need that one to be a modifier, because I could choose range here, but that's not enough to get straight to the seal. So I could then choose range, go there, somewhere around there, choose range again. That is, of course, even if these are map modifiers, I suppose they're all map modifiers, that is a backup plan, because then I have this spot with 2 modifiers, going to this spot with 2 modifiers, and then going to the seal, and that would mean that I could choose range plus reserve embarkation points each time. Of course, then the map modifiers need to be really mild if I'm going to do 2 in an area that has, I believe, only 2 embarkation points. But that's all for later. We are now going to start with the dangerous lands, which is one of the softest map modifiers, because I kind of like to open only dangerous glades anyway, so this is more of a bonus than a penalty. Each caravan has 7. I know I won't be shooting that one, it's between these 2. Now this, using trade routes, is worth like 20 gold. And this is only 7. So this is offering me like 10 or more extra value, as well as another stack of food. But the harpies are awesome. I am going to choose the beavers because I won't be bringing any gold. So having some value to trade really is nice. And this is pretty much all the must-haves. And that doesn't leave me with any embarkation points more. Now of course I don't necessarily need to have 24 reserve embarkation points when I get to the seal. But if I'm gonna spend any before I get there, this is not a game, because this is an easy map modifier on an easy biome. I don't need that here. So we're going like this. Does this mean that a collector is really nice or feasible? It does. Normally you get 50 per season from a collector with 2 guys in it. And in this case that would mean you get 125 drizzle water per season with 2 guys in it. That is still a lot less than a drizzle geyser gives with 1 guy in it, but at least it is an amount that can do something. Let's keep that in mind. Let's forget about that. Forget about that. That's not doesn't matter. And that doesn't matter. We can forget about all the negatives. And we have 2 buildings that both have at least some potential. And we are very lucky that we got a harpy with our caravan. This is I have long believed that this is the perfect caravan, and it was the perfect caravan before foxes. But it still can't be too bad. So 4, 5. Oh yeah, there's of course only dangerous glades. So I'm going to try to access as many of them as I can. And if nothing is going to change my mind, I'm thinking I'll probably open straight line, straight line. So that would mean I can use one hole to open this, to get to that. I could of course also just make one straight line like this and then cross towards the other 2. No, that is not how I would like to get there. If I'm opening that, I would like to get there from here. If I'm opening that, I would like to get there from here. I'm not sure, that is very far. I'm not sure if that's going to be happening. But I'm just highlighting my preferred roads towards the glade for each of them. This doesn't matter so much, I suppose. This would be fine. Okay, we cannot cut this big one. Cannot cut that one either, probably. Oh yes, that's fine. Two diagonally touching ones are still there. Those really long roads to the faraway lands, I'm going to do those last. And I'm kind of expecting to not finish them within the year. That's fine. Last game you've been able to see the power of getting the vision inside the glades before you open them. It was one of the smoothest games I've had in the last, since ever I started streaming. One makeshift post, one builder, one half, leaves only 7. So I guess 2 woodcutters kind of enough actually. My standard place is not yet available, so I'll build it just here. Prio 4, use some eggs. Prio 3, and then a bunch of houses. One harpy home. And 2, 3 normal homes. Yeah. And this one is just, no. This one is just reserve, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. And off we go. We don't have an enormous amount of food. And I'm going to try to save some food by having them skip their first meal. Now they can't all skip their first meal because I believe it's a -8. So these are gonna keep getting their coats. It's only for the harpies, right? Yes. And there's only 2. So they're gonna be at 8, 9 even, with the harpy home. Okay, they can have a full hunger stack. That's cool. Interesting. We do have mushrooms already. Enough to put almost 2 stacks on that. And that would make mushroom gathering totally insane. And I do believe mushrooms can be used to make flour. Yeah, they cannot be used as secondary ingredient, but we can make flour of them. Yeah, I might just pick it. I'm not 100% sure that this is the choice that I need to make. Because there is of course a chance that in season 2 we see an awesome blueprint for another food path. And we need to 10 gold for that. Are we now hungry? Yeah. One of them is hungry, the other one is... I wonder what the other one is doing. The other one is not yet hungry. Oh yes, now they are both hungry. Good. Good is what I say. And in here we have 7 out of the 8 that are hungry. So we're gonna skip the last one, and then we're gonna turn it back on for the next meal. And that's why I brought this stuff, because it's value. Not selling this, I need that for glade events. Let's turn on the food so everyone gets the next meal again. Because the second harpy meal is probably that's the first one taking the break. Or is the firekeeper actually? Six and 1. That's enough. I want to be a little careful with the food. For a long time I've always tried to embark with 200 of it. So this is looking like a pitiful amount really. Well, I was not going to prioritize the really long roads first. So I need to prioritize that. Then that. One harpy has eaten. The other harpy will eat soon. Yeah, I don't want to get double hunger stacks on guys. No second trade options. Now we do. Oh yes. Thinking like I've had it all the time, but it's the packs of provision that came in. Gave me new choice options. Okay, what is that 3 guys gonna do? I want to finish the crude fast. And this one too. So we have some jobs for our people. I could of course have built another woodcutter, but I think it's quite fine to have some more jobs being done. Have a bit of building materials when you go into here too. And this would be a fine job too, but that's only happening after I've chosen the glade event. We are entirely done building, aren't we? Only this one. Well, let's build that one then. I could actually consider a storm or a water geyser, because this will make it a lot of drizzle water. A rain collector, of course. Let's do that for a change. I never do that, I can always destroy it again. Oh yeah, and everyone has eaten. I think I'm already too late for the harpies. But I also doubt that this is a good time to have them skip another meal. The meal skipping is also something that's a bit experimental for me. It's easier when all the races have the same length between breaks. Yeah, we don't want to skip any more meals now, because then they're gonna be hungry and storm. They are really happy, by the way. Oh, the beavers do have this too. I didn't know that. The beavers should not be using those codes because there's way too many of them. Clearance water is no use. As in, the chance that I'm going to hook up a clearance building is small. I do have extra pipes, but I think I'm going to hook up my workstation. Gonna use some stormwater in that. Yeah, totally fine at level 1. Oh, I've forgotten things. I need to move around my... notice that I'm not very clear today. I'm forgetting this all the time. So let's hope that this game is gonna end well. I'm not so sure about it. Now we have more trade possibilities. They're no good though. Selling the coal could in theory be possible because I have oil for the glade events. So I won't need the coal for that. The price is not great. I could get 8. This is totally terrible. Oh yeah, we need extra packs during the storms, that's what it makes it so bad. And that gets us to 23, which is still not really enough for a blueprint. I'm just not gonna do it. Almost do we have water? Okay, we're now getting stormwater going. I'm gonna do some extensive micromanagement on that. One, two, 3, 4 that we have access to, and another 4 that we do not. Storm is not yet over, of course, but there's a long ways to put that. That's good. Then we are gonna manage this, and I'm gonna micromanage that because I want the maximum effect with the minimum investment, and an investment I'm especially talking about the cysts. So I'm going to level 2 just before the production finishes, and that should give me the level 2, the 25% chance. This one needs to move over here. This one now needs to move over here. Yeah, that's for later. This is more than this, but we are getting a lizard. A lizard brings 10 tools. That's not bad. And the lizard is going to be housed. That's not enough. I need to put them in the hearth. That's fine though. We do have some time before we need to do that. Did we get anything for the tools? No. Oh, did I forget to enhance one? Of course, I still have the lizard as well, and the harpy, so let's just work. No one is getting the double productions. That's sad. Now we got a double. And another one. Planks and bricks, containers. That's pretty much it. New drizzle trade opportunity. Copper ore for a few pennies. That's not even worth the effort. I'll take one of these guys out, because in the result there's gonna be one is gonna be filling up the entire bar. So yeah, I now have to choose. It doesn't look like I'm needing the gold, no important cornerstones, so I'm gonna take the fungal guide. Baptism of fire. I like Baptism of Fire, and that makes me happy I've built a rain collector actually, because of course that means we're going to be trying to burn as many fuels as we can. I do believe this map has sea marrow. Yeah, so let's hope we're going to find some sea marrow. We can build one in there, so I think that's a good one to open. This is a bit further away from everything. This is also quite fine to open. And if I build a half like here, we get the border somewhere in the middle there. And that's probably good for that, so we could build two halves in there. And this is not accessible, so that's it, we're gonna open these two. We may want to starve them a bit again, but we need to first see what we're going to be doing with clay defense. And there we have a monastery. That's a nice building. Tea and ale. Oh, I didn't sleep enough last night. I played till 7:30 or so. And then at 11 in the morning someone called me out of my bed. Okay. We have to take an 8 resolve hit for this one. And I do pretty sure that's temporary until I solve it after all, which means I can take another one with the risk that it's going to be a second one. We have some soil here. Come on, got this. Yeah, I do feel too tired. I'm going to be going to sleep a little bit soon, do a little nap. And we'll have a look at this hill situation here. It's another -8 global resolve indeed. This is 5 guys, that's really good. What happens when this one is triggering? Not a big disaster. I can take what I really want before that. I don't see any mushrooms in here. Biscuits and pie, I'm sure that's gonna make people happy. These are happy with pie, and these two with biscuits. Let's first have a look at some things. This is happening. Steel drills is useless. This can be an instant click. I don't need the essence because I already have 3 extra. $25 coal for free, or this stuff for 10 bricks. That's kind of slight preference for the coal. But the fact that I can do this right away and it's gonna give me the blueprints makes me do this. Because I'm gonna have to delay one of the glade events probably. And that's gonna make this take long. Okay, we are doing this. That's obvious. I've done that a few more times. This is the no-brainer order. So that limits my delaying to 15 minutes. And that in turn means I might have to do one during store, or I have to do something else than like the other option instead of the 8 this one I can't afford yet, but it might be fixable. Yeah, if it's really necessary we can fix that, and the right one is an option here. And in here too. Might actually be reasonably easy, so I'm taking definitely this. I'm quite confident that it's gonna work out. We are already getting some parts, that's good. It's important that we get some, but other than that, this is just 20 value, this is 10 value, this is slightly better than this. This is no value, nor is this pretty much. So the question is, do I want to make 5 building packs? That's basically 15 building materials to get this. Over time I suppose it will be worthy, but this is gonna be done faster, get my blueprint faster, and get those 10 gold, which is versatility. I'll take this one. Now this is much more expensive, but the reward is also much more interesting. This is interesting too, I guess, though. Well, it is one of the worst buildings there is. '22 is not going to be the hardest part, but I need to have 12 or 10 of them. That's going to be at least another 2 years away. So is this. This might actually never happen. But this is something I really value highly. So let's see for the other options first. We are gonna bit in here now. I don't have grain yet. Am I getting any? No. Can I manage to have them do -16? If I deselect these guys with +2, if I build this one quickly, with that +4. But it's pretty close actually. +5 now. That means this one is 18. This one is +10. This one is gonna be 16. Harpies are fine, those are on 0, and those are on -3. If I give them coats, they're going to be good for a few minutes. And then we just have a lizard at 0. But it's tough to do that because we need to build this for 20 soon, and then we need to put 3 people in there. That is not my not something I'm looking forward to. The butcher, that is something I'm looking really very much forward to. Extra good butcher. We don't yet have any fuel, so the kiln could be useful for fuel. It's not the best fuel solution, but it's a sort of solution. Two wood becomes one coal. And if we look at the half, and 2 wood is 30 seconds, so you win 20 seconds for the fuel thingy. If I'm looking at it differently, the wood takes 15 seconds to cut, so 1/2 is exactly like one continuous wood cutter. So that's one guy working to fuel 1/2. Now if we use this, we are gonna burn 5 times 50 seconds. We're gonna burn 260 seconds with one of those recipes. And of course we do get a little bit of a production bonus. Yeah, so that's 10%, so instead of 260 we get like 290%, 300 seconds of burning from the kiln. And for those 300 seconds we need to spend 150 seconds cutting wood and 85, say 90 seconds with walking, maybe 100. So we spend 250 seconds to get 300 seconds of burning. That is only really only a tiny advantage, huh? Yeah. That's really only a tiny advantage. This is useless because we got a better butcher. So I'm not picking the kiln, I'm picking the bakery. A trapper's camp, of course, goes perfectly well with the improved butcher we're going to get. Do we also have anything to trap? Not yet. Does the map have anything to trap? Absolutely. It's got both eggs and meat. So if we take the trapper's camp, we just need to open a few more glades until we find those eggs and meat. Opening glades doesn't have to be the biggest disaster because we do have hostility management. And this is a trash building. I'm picking this trapper's camp. Now I was looking at this option and I was wondering, does that change anything to me? I don't believe I have a trade goods recipe yet. The butcher doesn't have that as a extra, no. The butcher has oil as an extra. So no, we don't have the ability to make the trade goods yet. I think I'll have to choose this for that reason. That will happen. This is a cool reward. Do I have already any villagers? No, none at all. None here either. Oh, I really would like a bunch of population. But this is difficult. So yeah, this option is for later. Like, I know that this is happening as we speak, but slowly and only partly. Getting population is so important that we need it early. Is it worth buying this from a trader maybe? 10 oil and 40 flour? He has only 30. We can make oil, but we still need 10 more flour. Are we getting any in here? We are getting the oil if we want. Not the flour. This is important we do this. Here is only one thing that's really interesting, and that's the chest of coal. And of course the not spending 15 amber. Yeah, that especially also. If any has to trigger, I'd rather have the convex trigger than the large destroyed caravan. So I think that means I might as well start doing this, but I do value this especially higher. We need to do something though. So with this bit short, with a +2 we're still a bit short. We're pretty close to level 0. An impatient point would also do it, so we can call a trader. It's half an impatient point. And then 3 minutes later or so we go to still hostility 2 of 100. We can't use this so fast. And of course the question is then what if we have +2 and everything? Either from bringing that down or taking this one. And we're still not there. We're still stuck with beavers on -3. This is also similar with this 8. This is similar to the winter, to the storm levels that we're going to get. However, if I get to 0 during storm, that should be relatively easy because I can let impatience build up by that time. If we then get to level 0, and the storm is just -4. Well, currently we have -8. So then we're +4 compared to what we are now. No, we are now -10. 2 from this and 8 from that. It's 10. And then we're at that level 0. During storm we're going to -4. So that's +6. And that means we can be doing this during the storm as long as we stay in level 0. I suppose that's the plan then. Okay. That's the plan. This is 15 minutes. We're gonna cascade them right after each other. Gonna spend 7 on this and then 7 on that. Oh. So this is happening. Hey, where's our harvester's camp? I thought I had one. No, I do not. This is not yet happening. This is going to take quite a while before we can have that happen. Let's build a harvester's camp, I suppose, and do this. I don't see anything to harvest at all. But we can just build it. Take the order and destroy it again. I need some blueprints. This was going to destroy caches, and it's going to do that right here next year. And probably it will happen, because I don't think I'm going to have this done by then. I can have a little overlap, of course, and then you go a little bit in the negative and just in time go out, but I don't think we'll have that done in 13 minutes. Really close though, depending on where these guys are now and where those will be. I don't see guys anywhere. Now during the storm I can't be cutting wood. Oh, I do have more than plenty wood. And I want to be opening glades to find marrow and meat. I also want to have some sort of farm. Yeah. This is simply worth 30 gold. The rest is worth nothing. This is 30 gold. This is worth not much more. It's convenience oil, but now I'm gonna get to this one. Did I get a +1 to mushrooms, right? Yeah. So we really have 3 partial parts for food. We have a trapper camp and awesome what's the name of it? Butchery. We have +1 to mushrooms per 25. So even if we've just collected that, it's already starting to get going. And we have a bakery and farm land and soil. So yeah, we just need to open a bit more. Obviously not this year, because this is already a bad enough combination. It doesn't get much worse actually than that. I don't think it gets worse. No tools. I could buy 5 tools and do it this way, but then I really have 0 sources of population, and that is the main factor that will slow my game down. I would be able to expect 20 gold in about 7 minutes. But I'd be spending really a little more even than 20 gold. This is like 23 gold. So it's actually value negative. I need these 5 people. Is there anything else I can do to make those guys happy enough that I can do it sooner? I'm at 19 bricks, so this is soon. We're also selling bricks, so I can really get this pretty soon. But as said, that just gets me to level 0, and we're still at -3 beavers and 0 lizards. What else can give me global resolve? The one lizard has already the maximum happiness. The beavers can't get any. Beaver houses for 8 guys is way too expensive. Coats. There's only a small number of them. I don't think I have a recipe to make more of them. Hey, where are they? I do have 20. Why didn't I see them in the... Oh, there they are. Yeah, I can't make any more. And that's basically consumed in 1 break. So that just keep them happy for 2 minutes. I don't really see any other happy stuff here. No. I could put them in a makeshift post and turn this on. That gives 10 resolve to 2 guys. So that's 2, maybe 3 if it were 8 guys. Test that. Now it's at 3. Okay, so that's plus 3. If I take the thing to 0, we're now at 0, 0. We're looking for one single global resolve then. I don't believe I think I know any. Burning doesn't help either because we're already at level 0 then. Can't really think of anything, can I? One housing, that would help because that gets them both one, so I need one beaver house. I can actually afford that. I can actually afford both. That is it. I've got it. I'm going to build one of each home. Let's just start doing that. The lizards are actually, there's only one, so they're going to be totally freaking happy, the lizards. They're going to be ecstatic. Even at level 1, the lizards are going to be totally fine. The beavers are going to be at 4 at level 1 and minus 4 at level 1 with this event. Now I'm going to juggle some clothing for them. If I get to level 0, and these guys are at 10, and I disable that and they're at 9. So I can do that too. Now getting to level 0, how are we going to do that? We can either do that by building the monastery, but that requires 3 guys in there, which is a major pain in the ass. Or we wait 3 minutes to gain half impatience, and then we call in a trader to gain the other half, and then we're still a little short. Yeah. Call in the trader twice could help, but that takes 1 minute, 2.5, yeah, also about 3 minutes, and I can have a second trader call and then I'm there. It is unfortunate because that is waste what some trader calls. The positive is that this is like a permanent thing. So I guess we need to do that. Call 2 traders. Making some notes because, as I said, I'm not going to finish this. I need to go and take a break and a little nap soon. So Weaver and Lizard home for resolve. Get to level 0 by calling traders and wait 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, both events simultaneously turn off codes. I have done that. So simultaneously and juggle codes. Now I could start to do the event right now. I'll know when the houses are done by burning some wood. With how much wood is that gonna cost me? Like 100. I'm not very fond of that, and I don't think it's needed. We will be fine having this overlap in storm time a little bit. Storm is less bad than that. It does mean I can't be accepting any other orders because that will screw my stuff again. So year 3 will be the year that I'm gonna turn in those orders and look for new blueprints, and just basically make a game plan. Until that time we need to survive and just do what we can to prepare for that year 3. To survive, I'm going to be gathering these mushrooms with the +1 growing. That is some food. I was already opening this cache. That is no food, but it is hopefully useful trade value. And that is not useful. And of course at start year 3 we open more glades for meat and for marrow. And mushrooms. And at the start of year 3 I might call in another trader. That would be the 3rd call. That would help me again at that point with more impatience. But it would also bring the traders back to the start of the year. But I'm not sure if I will do that. We shall see that in year 3. What else can we do in year 3? This is done to survive, because 12 guys for a year, they're gonna eat about 100 food on a year. 100, 120-ish. So these guys are going to make that possible, I think. They normally should gather 60 together, which is the entire stack in a year. But instead of 43. The second stack is going to be worth about double. So we are going to get 60 out of this. And that's perfectly enough. So this is surviving food till start year 3, but then having none. So more food is very welcome. I don't see any at all. Well, some is coming from the trees, but that's only 5%, that's tiny. That is truly tiny. I'm gonna get this, but that's also in year 3. This will be in year 3. I can't really do anything for this now. This will be in year 3, but it's not food, and this we're going to prepare. I definitely want that. Want 40 flour quest. There's simply nothing together at all. That is quite sad. Now what if one of the next traders is going to have the farm blueprint and I don't have the money for it? In that case, I could sell this. And then I'd just be about there. Because that's the biggest disadvantage of calling those traders now. I might be wasting great opportunities by not having the gold to use them. I don't have any more gold coming in either. And of course I still need to pay my tax. I actually think I need to do this because the chances of them having one of those blueprints is simply significant. 23, 3 more, but that comes from the clay pit. They don't have any in stock, no. This is going to be trade value available really soon. I'm not worried about the wood yet. Getting that faster. Let's put the harpy in there until it's really needed to have the lizard. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing this because now it's on my mind. It's probably gonna be even worse if I'm gonna sleep about this first. 6 fabric. And what do we have in here? Just a bunch of that, but we also need the fabric for this. 3. And we don't have any basic resources, so no, I cannot sell the fabric. Bummer. Am I gonna do anything with the drizzle water? Is the field kitchen doing anything good for me now? I don't have containers. I don't have inedible food. And I don't have flour. And this is not worth the effort. No. I suppose 2 gold is better than no gold. So that is now ready, but we cannot do it. A herb garden. What can we do with herbs? We can turn it into porridge in the trash building. But that is such a desperate measure that I don't want to do that. Yeah. Herbs are nice as a secondary, but the thing is, buying it, as I just showed, requires going to lengths that I don't prefer to go. So now we're just skipping this guy. This one can make this offer possible. Or there was something about this. He can make this happen. But that's rough. Because then I'm spending all my gold on that. And we're getting a bunch of people that make hostility go up. So no. Don't have anything for that. The glades are really a mixed bag. One side they look great because they both have farmland. But at the same time, they're not so great at all. not having all the things that are important right now. Yeah, whatever. Just let it go. Well, we don't need to go to any lengths to try and buy one blueprint. They don't have any. And this is in a moment's notice we're at level 0. That should mean that I'm gonna start doing that. Our beaver house is not entirely done yet. The harpies need their coats for sure. That's level 0. We need to put the lizard in there. Where is he? Now the lizards are fine. The beavers are 1 short of fine. 2. And the harpies are going to get 5 from this and then they are fine. So I'm gonna have the beavers in here like this. That fixes it. Let's start this event. Or is this too early? Do I need to wait for the coats on the harpies? Yeah, let's give it a tiny bit of time because otherwise I'm gonna get into trouble. Let's not make it more difficult than it needs to be. These beavers are staying in there. The other two, they can cut woods, and then as near to there as we can do it, so that they're quickly going in that order. There's going to be 2 harpies, which is good for the food consumption, because they have the shortest breaks, and that stops them from taking those short breaks. Oh yeah, this is temporary, no problem. Trade route completed was just for a mere 2 gold. This gold, I'm gonna use it in here. This is the last trader I'm seeing. I could spend 5 gold on whatever I would like, but I don't see a need for that really. These are a relatively good price as you look at the fuel they are using, because they cost barely more than the coal, but they're using 3 coals to be made. I do like this. I think buying purging fire really saves me a good bunch of time. Time spent cutting woods. This is on, right? Yeah. Go grab those coats, you chicas. One for 3, that's fair. What else did they want to buy? This. Yeah. Or this. That's a pretty fair price too. But I can't really afford to make any packs of provisions with my current food supplies. Let's just be happy I'm getting 15 gold. Now it really can't take too long before the other one is going to be affected there. Oh, actually, how can we see which ones are the ones that have taken the breaks? Can I see that in any way? Because if I'm going to put the one that hasn't taken a break on the event, then he's never taken a break. How come they're now at 10? What has happened? That gives me +2 on them. Oh yeah, it is the last one. It's just that if you keep your mouse on it, that's not updating it. And I need to just juggle on the water in here. Hey. Why is it not enough? It seemed to be earlier. Oh, it's unfair rationing. But if I'm turning that off, well, I'm gonna juggle a bit with everything. How much longer is it? 3 minutes. And then we get storm, which is -4 instead of -8, so that should be good. And this is going to be finished just by the end of the storm, start of year 3, which is good timing. Yeah. Now the unfortunate thing is, of course, that we're not doing so much during this entire year. But I do have 4 people to do some things. I just can't be cutting any wood. Can't be producing this. No. Sucks not being able to do anything with the 2 people I have remaining. Can make clearance water, but that's no useful. Okay, let's just go and rebuild the monastery. And let's try if I can get one of those beavers to wear a coat. Just the one. That's problematic already. that one's finished. Yeah, I did spend the bricks, of course, but we're making new ones. Okay, I feel like I've fixed my created issues for year 2 now, and I'm going to take a bit of a nap. I need to rest, otherwise things are not gonna go well. Turn off all the consumptions that need to be turned off, and I'll be trying to cut woods, I suppose. Maybe build some warehouses. We shall see. Thanks for watching so far. I'm gonna be back tonight.